Hey guys, it's Wanda. Welcome to Crazy Days. I am in my she shed canning room. And when I mean canning room, all it is a storage room for all kinds of canned stuff, like for canning. My empty jars and my freeze-dried food. But today we freeze-dried strawberries. That's right, strawberries. Danny and I have a couple of beds, one in a high tunnel, one outside, and then I have two GreenStalks with strawberries in them. So we've been getting quite a few strawberries. We've been having strawberry desserts along with huckleberry, blackberry, dewberry, and y'all, they're amazing to make desserts with. You can add yogurt, you can add ice cream, you can add whipped cream, you can make smoothies with them. Strawberries, blackberries, huckleberries, they're all good. Blueberries, it doesn't matter what kind of berries you have. They're very good for you. So I'm going to show you my strawberries that I freeze-dried, our strawberries, in my Harvest Right freeze dryer. Now Harvest Right sent us a freeze dryer and I've been using it for about a year now. And I like what we freeze dry. Now the strawberries is going to be we'll use them over the next few years probably, because we won't have strawberries during the winter. I'll probably open them off and on over the next few months. But let me show you, for those of you that don't have fresh strawberries, for those of you that do not have a Harvest Right, there is an answer. Danny and I are affiliates with My Patriots Supply. My Patriots Supply is a very well-known 25-year or up to 25-year shelf life freeze-dried foods. If you do not have a freeze dryer, check out our link, My Patriots Supply, in the description. You see this? I have strawberries and blueberries and pudding and pineapple and green beans and corn and broccoli. I think it's broccoli, yeah. It's a veggie pack, 116 servings, up to 25 years if you keep it stored in the right conditions. Now, I do buy some things from My Patriot Supply for long-term storage because they have already done the tried true, and mine is in the experimental stage. I bought the powdered whey milk just in case, and the orange energy drink mix. If somebody's sick and you need a quick drink to have energy, I think these orange drinks are the way to go. So check out the link for My Patriot Supply in the description. Now today we're going to be using the Harvest Right heat sealer. You do not pull a vacuum on this, you're only heat sealing. Now we're going to use the little pouch bags. You see they have a pouch at the bottom, they will sit up, and I use them for snack bags more or less because I don't want to fill a whole bag like this. This one does not have the pouch on the bottom, and you can put one whole tray in here. I do have some eggs that I'm going to be doing in here, but the strawberries are going to go in the little small bags so that when I open them we don't have to eat a whole big bag at one time. And I am using the oxygen absorbers that come from Harvest Right. I use the Harvest Right items, the heat sealer, the bags, and the oxygen absorbers. But you can buy these things from other sources if you want. But the heat sealer comes with the kit when you order a Harvest Right freeze dryer. These look like they did when I put them in there. Isn't that amazing? Little bitty styrofoam pieces of strawberry. I mean, I just cut mine in pieces because I did not want them to be big, huge strawberries. I just wanted pieces for whatever type desserts I wanted. Or if we just wanted to eat one fresh. Y'all, it tastes like a strawberry. Alright, we're going to put one oxygen absorber over in here. I have this little thing from Pampered Chef. It is just a mini spatula. And I just run it under to make sure nothing is stuck. And it just does a fabulous job. Alright, so the mini spatula from Pampered Chef. You can find those at Walmart. They're not that expensive. And we're going to put maybe half a tray in here, I think. Okay, so that ought to be about pretty close to half a tray. Now, I just shake it down, and you can see they're down in there. And I go ahead and mash out as much air as I can. And I go ahead and seal that across there. And then it has this little tear spots, so I heat seal above it. And this needs to be turned up on about 6 or 7 in order to have it hot enough. And I just lay about where the thing is and I go across it. And because I worry, I double seal. Strawberries, ready for the future. Now, will they last 25 years? I've not had 25 years to tell you if this will last 25 years or not. This is only 1 year, and I didn't have strawberries that I did last year. But most everything I've tried so far that I did freeze dry last year is still crunchy and still good. So the things we've opened have lasted a year. Make a good strawberry shortcake. Plenty of smoothies. Oh my. So I'm getting all the air out. Three bags are done. Now, I already put the oxygen absorber in this one. And if you feel cold in any of these, like they don't feel airy, you can run your freeze dryer for more time, but all these are well done. They're dried out. My freeze dryer ran approximately 24 hours. And this was with pre-frozen strawberries. I put everything in my freezer, freeze it ahead of time, and then I put it in the freeze dryer. So in order to know that all the moisture's out, I do close to 18 to 24 hours on most everything. And then I check it. All right, there's 4. We have 2 more bags of strawberries to go. Guys, this is shredded pork. I just cut my pork up into pieces after I cooked it in a crock pot. Y'all, this stuff's amazing. I cooked it in a crock pot, then I just put it in here in little pieces, and y'all, it's so crispy, and when you put it in your mouth, it's like eating right out of the crock pot again. It takes just a second in your mouth and the moisture is back to the consistency that you had in the crock pot. If you wanted some to reheat it, you could throw it in soups and stews, whatever. It's amazing. People asked how I do meat. Most of the time when I do meat like this, I do it in the crock pot so I know that it's good and tender and falling apart, and I cut it in very small pieces. That way you could make a pulled pork sandwich. You could add barbecue to it. You can make it into salads. Any way you need meat, hey, this is the way to go. Just make sure it's good and done. I cut mine in small pieces. 1 meal of our shredded pork. That is a good way to use leftovers. Anytime we have extra meat or anything, this is what I do to it, and it provides a meal for the future. And I do put 2 things on one tray. I had strawberries on one end and meat on the other. I've got eggs here. So we've got strawberries on this end and eggs. So you can use different things on a tray. If you don't have a tray full of one thing, just fill in with something else. Whatever you have available, leftovers of any kind, it doesn't really matter. This gives me 6 bags of strawberries for the future. And we'll check back with the strawberries in a week or so and make sure they're staying fresh and they can still. My test for it is I come through and I go, I don't want to mash them, but I want to hear them crunch still in the bag. If they don't crunch and they feel soggy, then I know something's wrong. These eggs I cooked in a muffin tin. I just broke them, salted and peppered them, and put them in a muffin tin. You could use those, you could rehydrate them and use them on an egg sandwich or something like that. This one's wanting to fall apart. You could crumble them up and use them as scrambled eggs on a sandwich or in grits or whatever, because some of them do want to fall apart because they're pretty thin. But you see, easy over egg. When you bake them in the oven, it's almost like an easy over egg. That's basically what you have. And the yolk is done because I bake them long enough that everything is done when it comes out. Isn't that amazing? Another way that I save eggs. And I put them in the bigger thing. I will put ready to eat. And these are baked and over easy. So guys, for all of you that wanted to know about the freeze-dried strawberries, here they are. Isn't that amazing? Freeze-dried strawberries from Deep South. And no, they're not for sale. But if you don't have your own strawberries, like I said, My Patriots Supply, check out the link. You can order your own. They come in individual packs that you can order, like 12 individual size. It would be similar to this, a smaller size, 12 to a pack. You can order them in the buckets. There's multiple ways to order from My Patriots Supply. Just check them out. If you need food and you need it now for long-term storage and you're worried about storage of your food and stuff like that, these buckets are a great way to have some food on hand and just put it in somewhere and just forget about it. Harvest Right and My Patriots Supply. Guys, 2 ways to have food for the future. Thank you guys from Crazy Days.